So it is 23:34 p.m. It is still Saturday. Yeah, I'm finally getting around to my damn TV show review. I got 2011's Marvel anime Blade. Now, I have seen this before. I did not review it. But I did do a short review on it with Barbed Wire and then Blade Films and then doing Blade Ranked. So here's my thoughts on it as on a rewatch. Saw this years ago, really enjoyed it. Also did my ranked. Check that out when you can. Anxious to see what this is like on a rewatch. 14 years later, animation still holds up. Madhouse did good on this shit. Badass intro music and kudos on translation for locations too. I know this focuses on Blade versus Deacon Frost, but I'm not sure if there's more. Kind of sucks the caps don't line up, but whatever. Yeah, like it picks up a sentence after they start talking. Like the fuck, weird. I know some folks prefer Blade with hair, but he's better bald for me anyway. Like I grew up with every version of Blade, so yeah. Also, watching this in red lighting is perfect. Definitely. Makoto is pretty, and her kicking ass in club feed is wicked sweet. That's right, Blade has his deadly sword techniques in this. I thought there were seven of them, but it's just three. I forgot about those. First one, Savage Moon, Deacon's head of the Existence Corporation. Makoto and her father are vampire hunters. I also appreciate how Black Blade looks too. Madhouse Animation knows how to get skin tone and race right. Like, damn. Where the fuck? Come here. Want my drink. Oof. Cherry limeade. Yeah, the other. What was the other anime I watched? Yasuke. Yes. They got him right too. Two toned. I love it. Mm. It's one thing I noticed with black characters is that most are just one shade versus two tone. Because a lot of black folks, me included, are two tone. But some are one toned. But, and I'm happy I can skip the episode intro unlike other shows. Looking at you, Smallville. Piece of shit. Because back then they tied that into the opening of that, so you couldn't skip it. Fucking retarded. The cops are investigating women who have been disappearing as of late. Sakamizo's daughter's birthday is today when they canvassed the area for info. Blade in Japan is cool, and it's a shame that more CBMs aren't centralized in other countries story wise. America is so goddamn boring. I'm so sick of it. Blade turned himself in to lure out Existence organization members in the police force. Existence has infiltrated government, mafia, politicians, and places never dreamed of, all to help the Chosen Ones gain power, aka the High Council. Music for this series is spot on good. No mind, Tanaka's got a small blood farm underground, so this is after Blade Trinity. Ooh, Tanaka's a water tiger vampire, or Suko, and Madhouse captures Japanese mythology perfectly, and they did it for all the mythologies in this. I'm surprised they weren't tapped for Invincible. Shit, they're that damn good. Fuck. Vampire cats are crazy, but smart in terms of turning, because Pack Hunter. Blade versus Tanaka was good. Sakamizo got the women to safety before Tanaka blew up the blood farm. Sakamizo's partner is a member of Existence. Oh yeah, this is Blade's origin story of how he met Noah Van Helsing. I almost put Whistler, because I thought it was Whistler, but now it's Noah Van Helsing. I'm like, damn it. Razor the white dog is cute. Noah Van Helsing's telling Mikado about how he met Blade and who's the man with four fangs. Ah, it's Deacon Frost. Surprise. Noah made a retrovirus, but his test runs failed with every subject turning to ash. Mandaragos are wild-looking harpies. Oh, yeah. Noah got captured by the Mandarago. Seeing Blade's early life in London is interesting, too. Don't get me wrong, I love Wesley's rendition. Like, it's forever iconic. But this is more intricately woven, just like Sticky Fingers outing on Spike TV with Blade the series, too. Reviewed both of them. Check them out. I didn't know his mom's name was Tara. Nope. Good seeing that he's got a healthy support system with Carol and her friends. Awesome stuff. Blade's right about Mikado not saving that woman in the Philippines. The place is run by fear, and saving one person isn't going to change shit. Fuck. And he killed his own mother at 10 years old. That's heavy, and it's more impactful than Wesley's version. Blade, Mikado, and Razor rescue Noah from Mateus. Deacon is holed up on... Oh, God. Sequajor Island. Oh, I got it right. Yay. These names, man. Noah Van Helsing's retiring while Mikado and Razor go with Blade to hunt Deacon on Isla de Flego. Lucius Isaac, interesting name, from the High Council is checking on Deacon's progress unofficially while delivering the Council's message for him to stop his experiments or they'll step in. They'll step in the name of love. Yep. The Existence logo is unique in design because it's a DNA code with fangs. Pretty cool. Blade, Mikado, Razor encounter the Verdugo who protect the island. Lupit is hereditary chief of the Verdugo and leader of the Kali clan. Cimarron of the Spears clan and Hagibis of the Bow and Arrow clan. Nice. I like the natives. They're cool as shit. The three of them are hunting the man. Oh, God. His fucking name. Managal. Yeah, Mananagal. Whatever the fuck it is. Mangal. Great. A great winged beast that feeds on human flesh. It just rips itself in half and flies around with tentacles. Good stuff. Gotta say, Deacon's more menacing and cunty in this versus Steven's version. Yeah. The Managal killed Cimarron and Hagibis. Shame, because I like their introduction. The one-off characters. Familiar. Blade's second deadly technique is Deadly Moon. This series is what Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness should have been. Shame Lupit died, but she went out like a badass. Oh, yeah. Frost is working on Sumatra in a silver mine. The trio met August and his wife Yadi, got turned, but he slowed the process of her turning with sacred water he sanctified, because he's a shaman. Yeah, I almost said priest. I'm like, you don't rape little boys. All the female villagers are vamps too. Wonderful. I get Blade's skepticism about curing vampirism, but what if it's true? Fascinating that the vampires get stronger with age. There have been various films that tackled curing vampirism, which were interesting to varying degrees. Daybreakers, which is an easy-ass plot, burned himself 3 times to turn human. That's some funny shit. And the other cures. That's the one I really remember, honestly, but there were a lot of different ones over the years that explored and such. I like it. Sucks Yachty turn, but them's the breaks. I like how Razor's got silver canine fangs. Animal cruelty, but for a good cause. Blade versus Lucius was alright, and Frost is in Madripoor. I do love the healthy balance of character intros and fighting, too. It's perfectly balanced versus how Kevin Feige does it. Kev don't know how to do a goddamn thing right with that fucking shit. We're gonna throw all whites in there, it's gonna work well. Bitch. August blessed Water to help Mikado and Blade against the vampires while killing himself in the process because he got bit. A bittersweet end to a good character. The BTS for this is truly fascinating, as is the concept art too. It's really cool that Warren Ellis had full creative freedom bringing this to life, and it was his first time writing Blade. How cool is that? Jep Loeb and company are really deadpan excited for how this turned out. Yeah. Though I feel Warren Ellis and Megan Thomas Bradner are more passionate about this project. You can really tell who's excited and who's not based on their tone and eye widening. Yeah. Because Warren's like, whoa, I got to write this for the first time and I had creative freedom. And Megan's like, yeah, we got this. This is fun. And just like, ugh. It's Blade. He's cool. This is awesome work. I love working on this project. Dead ass motherfucker. If you're watching, I don't care. What else? Ooh, Wolverine. I forgot about that. I did. Because I forgot the four of these crossed over at certain episodes, and I forgot all about that. I'm surprised Blade's born in London. I never knew that. No. Doing the tour of Southeast Asia with Blade is amazing and opens the door wider for the vampire genre versus making it all American. Blade should cross over with Treze, but I doubt that'll ever happen. If you don't know what the fuck that is, it's a Philippine anime that was on Netflix 4 years ago. They still haven't done a second season. Probably not going to happen. But massively underrated. And when I reviewed it, I did mention it should cross over with Constantine while I'm adding Blade to the mix too, because it'll fit perfectly. The Polong from Malaysia looks interesting, and I like the concept of Madripoor being lawless, home to humans and vampires alike. It's one big playground of chaos. Surprised Kingpin didn't step in and try to take that shit over. It would work. Logan's on the hunt for AIM, and Existence is declaring open war on the High Council. It's also smart on Madripoor's black market, converting their silver into ammo. Logan trying to hit on Mikado is funny. And I've got clips from this show uploaded as well. They're funny as shit. And this video will take about maybe an hour to upload total. Fun. Whoa, Sergei's a Russian vampire who can turn his body into pure metal. That's wicked. Shame he died so quickly by Lucius's blade. Dumbass. Blade, Mikado, Logan, and Razor versus the Viper Gang was alright. Blade and Logan versus Lucius Isaac is so underrated. Oh my god. It should have been longer, honestly. That fight should have been at least 5 minutes. At least 5 minutes long. But damn. And I feel for the guy whose weapon factory went up in flames thanks to Lucius. I never got his fucking name. I will say having Silver being the only means of killing every vamp on the world tour is kind of weak, but works story and pace-wise. Pace-wise, this is fast as hell with barely anything to make notes for. I like that. I barely had to pause this thing as I watched it. Mikado's wounded, so she's hanging back with Razor while Blade handles the ninjas, because fuck it. Blade versus the Masked Swordsman was okay until he got captured by USMC Stan Davis, who's part of the V Project. Vaginas. V8. The project was funded by the CIA with AIM, a lot of alphabet boys in this bitch, provide nanobot serums laced with vampire DNA to make the perfect super vampire soldier to pacify hostages, or villages. An SVS versus Captain America would be interesting. Super vampire soldier versus super soldier? Shit. Fuck. SVS versus Red Skull. That'd be fun. They were even microchipped too. Balls. Stan's living by blood bags while the rest of the squad killed themselves by walking into the morning sun. Because they heard Smash Mouth's hit single and was like, fuck it. We'll walk in on the sun. Too good. Kikyo Mikage is the Masked Swordsman. I like how his name's Kikyo. I saw that, I was like, Inuyasha? What? Stan and Blade versus Kikyo and the ninjas is really good. Shame Stan died by Kikyo's blade. That was an ice cold kill too. Like, ooh. Blade's keeping his promise to take Stan and his friend's dog tags back home. Spoiler, he does not. They didn't show that. Oh well. I didn't know Blade's sword was made of silver and vibranium. More on that later. I always thought it was just silver. Like, it's never really advertised. Hold on a second. Ouch. Ooh, that's better. Where's it? Much better. Give me this. There, now I have a perch. Yeah, I always thought it was just silver. Because that was always advertised. Loving the backstory on Blade and Kikyo, too. The third deadly sword technique is Chaotic Moon. So, that means if he goes to another anime, he's going to find out about the fourth moon, Sailor Moon. Damn, Frost turned Iago, Tamba, ridding him of his aggressive lung cancer. Chaotic Moon is the best deadly sword technique, but I like Phantom Moon the most. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even mention that was the second one. Balls. Oh, well. Blade gave Tamba an honorable death, and his parting words to Blade and Kikyo were heartfelt. Frost captured Blade while terminating Kikyo's services. Frost is draining Blade's blood at the factory in Cambodia. Fun times. Who's the vampire that killed Frost's son Edgar? Unknown. I don't know. So Frost decided to perfect the vampire virus to make himself the alpha vampire, even though Dracula is the true alpha. Although technically it would be Blade next to Dracula. It would be Blade then Dracula. The way Mikado handled the lion vampire twins was slick. I love the introduction of other vampire species because it offers potential for future stories, but oh well. Mikado and Razor found Blade. Sucks she got bitten by Frost, and it's clever how Frost used Mikado to get Blade's blood. Like, that's some cold shit. Frost made off with 2 vials of Blade's blood. Mikado even brought Blade's mom's knife back for him. And it's sad she died. A good highlight of the series. The vampire city of Amurat is something to behold. I like that layout too. I say her death is a good highlight because she got the right recognition and went out on a high note. Even though she died, it's a high note. The High Council's knights attacking Frost and Amurat is fascinating, as is Frost's army attacking the High Council's castle. Between both Deke and Frost, I'm torn on which is better. Anime Frost is more sympathetic in backstory, but methodical in building an army to take down the console. I like that. Whereas movie Frost took them down one at a time. Like, he's like, fuck this, I'm doing it myself. I like the initiative. He's like, fuck it, I'm doing it myself. Kikyo joins Blade in the final fight. Still wonder who killed Edgar, but it seems that won't be answered. Spoiler, it was not. Kikyo versus the Serpent is cool. Noah and Razor taking out the blood supply with Aegis's water grenade is wicked. Badass shit. Blade versus the hybrid vamps is cool, and I forgot they transformed. Gotta say, Noah and Kikyo got the biggest body count in this. They do. Noah with destroying the blood supply, and Kikyo killing the serpent, which knocked into the support beams, letting sunlight in. Yeah. Frost is a daywalker too, with a good transformation. Holy shit, double anime homage here. Inuyasha's backlash wave, when Blade runs with his sword on the ground, dragging it, going back to that vibranium. And the second is DBZ, when Blade punches Frost's hand for Mikado. The DBZ part is Goku and Piccolo versus Lord Slug. I was like, oh, my favorite anime. Yay. So happy. Blade's diving kill out the window to Frost is straight epic. You know, Blade killing Frost with Chaotic Moon would have been better, but this works too, because I get why Chaotic Moon was used on Tamba, because that was an honorable thing. But it would have been better on Frost, though. But, yeah. But then again, him driving the knife home, that's important. The captives of Amurat are saved, and Noah's happy. Blade survived, as is Kikyo, citing they both won today. The teaser of him learning of the Darkhold is a prelude to his run in Midnight Suns, which I've already seen. I've already read that comic for Darkhold, where he, I did my review on that whole story, well, the whole book. It's a what-if story where he didn't stop Frost in time and the whole world became vampires, and he's hunting them down one at a time. And they thought about doing a whole fucking story on that shit. I'll have to do a separate video on that shit, because I found that post so stupid. I'm like, idiots. How is this on a rewatch? Absolutely fucking dreadful. Too many. I hate this. There's too many black people in this. There's too much racism in this. There's too many fucking foreigners. No, I'm fucking kidding. It's awesome. Shit. I had a wonderful time. Which do I prefer, anime or live action? Both have a lot to offer, though the film trilogy is more about action versus depth. Like, the trilogy, 1, 2, and Trinity, they have their highlights, they have their intricacies, they have their high points and low points. But if we're talking character development, both shows have more development in him than and the game too. So the shows and the game have more development on him, plus the comics. So there's four. Yeah, we'll combine it as four. Fuck it. And you get more bang for your buck that way. Whereas Snipes is like, here I am. Mm. But they're still good. They're all good. I'm not dissing any of them. They're all good in their own respect. Both shows add more layers to Blade as a character, and I've reviewed all of them now. Whew, fuck. It's good seeing other countries represented versus just bland ass USA. The cultural aspect in Blade is beyond anything I expected on the rewatch. I had no idea what was in this, because you have to remember, last time I watched this was 14 years ago, 2011, literally. And I have watched so much shit since then, so a lot of stuff is forgotten. And then when I rewatch, I'm like, oh, this was fun. What's my final Blade portrayal ranking? Sticky Fingers, Harold Perrineau, Wesley Snipes, Michael Jai White, and J.D. Hall. Didn't include Mahershala Ali or Terry Crews, or the other voice talents for the games, because I have not watched those games yet, or Ultimate Spider-Man. And Mahershala Ali's only had one fucking line. And I'm not adding him because he hasn't even done shit since he got signed on to do Blade 6 years ago. Pitiful. How would I rate this? 8, 7 out of 10. And I like the Russian Vampire the most, but this rendition of Blade is the best overall. Easily. And that concludes the Marvel anime series. Well, almost concludes it. It concludes Blade, I should say. So that concludes Blade on my channel for a long ass time. Unless I decide to revisit the movies and review them shits. I am dog ass tired. I have been doing slideshows all day. 3 of them took me all day. Because they each take about an hour to do, and then it's waiting for it to export. This one right now is at like 25% exporting. No. So, yeah. That'll be the last one for tonight. Ugh, Christ, I'm so tired. But yes, that's my review for Blade anime. Do I recommend it to you and friends? Yeah, check the shit out. For real. Marvel anime is so underrated. Animation, period, with Marvel is underrated. Between this and Lionsgate, there's a good video to do. Fuck. I'll have to do that sometime, because I've watched all of it. I still have a lot to catch up on, but I think I'm caught up on most of it. So I'll have to do a versus on that, and I'll make a note of that. Oh, brother. So, if you don't like Marvel, that's cool. If you hate anime, that's wonderful. Some people don't get it. They're like, it's for kids. Why are you watching that trash? Like, whatever. You watch hentai and beat your dick to it, or rub your clit off at it. Or finger your ass, too. And tweak your nipples. Maybe even pour hot candle wax on your ass. And your safe word is pineapple. But if you happen to enjoy comics, you enjoy Marvel, you enjoy anime, Blade's one of your favorite characters, you're going to have a fun time watching this. If you haven't watched it in some time, now's a good time to revisit that shit. Because, oof, so good. So, yeah. I'm going to get off here, upload this, and wait for this fucking slideshow to get done. So, until next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers.